Welcome back, guys. This is Thanks for Your Money, and we are going to play some 50 cents, $1 Zoom on PLO. So let's see how we roll. Okay, I'm going to call with pretty weak hand. Here I'm going to check raise. I'm going to check. I'm going to raise with this pretty bad hand. That's because he's pretty tight. He's folding 67%. I'm going to fold. Let's see. So interesting. Probably the nut flashes out there. So he's not 3-betting at all. So just let's see. So we would have missed, but actually we had the correct hand to call on the flop. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we should have called pre-flop. No, not pre-flop, but the 3-bet. The thing is that it was so big because I called and that guy called as well. So yeah, probably not a big deal either way. Here, the ace of hearts is not here, so this may be a hand like ace of cards, and then our flush draw is in very bad shape, so I think we can fold there. Here I'm going to bet and bet pretty big, just because I don't want to see a 6, a 9, a 10, a 5, a jack. So many hands. are bad for my hand. Hmm. A8 X is suited. It's an open on the cutoff in my book. I think this is close, probably a fold, and here I think I'm going to probably check fold. That guy is not stabbing all that often, so yeah, think I can bet the turn and see where we are at. Here there are so many. I think I'm going to check, and I mean, maybe I could try to represent. Yes, and here on that spot, I think I have to raise, and I'm going to raise a small. And here he has 9 jack, which is unfortunate. Here I have the ace of diamonds. If he three bets, I'm he may have kings. Maybe not a bad spot to slow play there, just because I have the ace of diamonds. And still, if a 10, jack, queen, or diamond comes, it's really the bottom of my c-bet is queen and a gut shot on that board. Um, I don't think there are many fives. People should be afraid that I have queens, I guess. So I don't think a 5 should raise on that spot. Kings and ace of diamonds. Yeah, this is a hand that can obviously cannot. Yeah, cannot fall. I think that hand on the button should probably be a 3 bet. Here on the hijack, I'm a bit afraid to 3 bet, because if someone goes with a 4 bet, my hand doesn't do very well against 4 bets, against aces or ace king king kind of hand. Here it's tempting, although And here against such an aggressive 3-better, I'm going to 4-bet myself. He doesn't have 100 bigs. So yeah. This is pretty unfortunate situation. I mean, someone that lose, although the sample size were like 7 hands or something. So he's going to 3-bet with a lot of non-aces hands. He just had the double suited aces, and but who cares because we won. So. And I'm going to sit. So not a bad flop, I would say. He had outs on the turn. A jack or a 5, ace 8 and jack. He's kind of an aggressive 3-better. So I think I'm going to fold just because of this. Also, my hand is really dominated against the better aces, or ace, king, queen, jack kind of hand. King, jack, 10. Tempting to call, but yeah. Here I think I can check back. That's really close there, and I probably here I'm going to call just because he's opening kind of wide. Here I'm going to bot. He's betting a ton, so I don't think I think we have some backdoors, I guess. Against those kind of stats, I'm not going to try anything. What happened here? So we won, and he called with 7 jack 9 9, which I don't like at all. I mean, and let me see. I don't think our bluff went through on the other hand. I need to check that out. Okay. Here we have the King of Diamonds. I'm going to bet one. This is pretty poor on my book. He's never check raising, so he has the nut flash or the nut flash blocker. In here, okay. I think, yeah. So here our bluff work against channel, which is good because if he either has 7-9 or is he going to call with 10-8 kind of hand, and yeah, he could also have like Jack Queen Ace kind of hand. Probably not with hearts because he would have C bet the flop because yeah, channel is a pretty aggressive player. So wait. So yeah, here channel check. It's only channel and me on on this hand. Here, yeah, I think I have a mandatory bluff because he's going to call if he has 7-9. I have a 7 blocking, and yeah, so I think that bluff worked well there. If a heart would have arrived, I would have bet also the flash, just because he's betting like 70% of his hands, which means that he's betting almost any um, any hard draw on the flop. Okay, so here 9-9-10 queen. We're going to call. We are not static about the situation, but yeah, could this be a fold? Well, kind of is to say after seeing the card draw. Yeah, maybe that's a full reflop. I mean, we're out of position, although yeah, maybe it's a folder. Also because um, that guy called in that position, so none of them have backdoors, spades, have a card shot here. I guess that's a good thing that we didn't. We're going to pot because folding a lot. My hand is terrible. I don't think he has a jack. Mm, so yeah. I have just all those nines. I mean. I'm going to put his stack on a difficult position, just betting 1/3 of the pot. Could be. If he has ace queen, I'm going to um, throw up, quite honestly. Okay. Jack of clubs. Yeah, it's quite a good blocker, although the problem is that there are lots of queens, kings, and so it's not that obvious those are going to fall to a bet. So 3, 4, 5, 7, 3 spades. Really hard in my hand to have 3 spades. I think it's like half as likely that you make the flush, something like that. Not sure about that stat though. Here I have 7, 8 of clubs. I mean, if it was like queen 8, I could think about opening that hand, but I mean the 7, 8, the the flash is so low. Nah, I'm not calling 3 bets with tens. Here I'm absolutely dead. I think I can bet. Have the most trees of anyone here. So here this guy in 30 hands he didn't raise a single hand. He has not 3 bet any single hand, which makes me to believe that he actually has aces or ace 3, just because I mean over 30 hands he didn't raise a single hand. So is he really going to try to bluff a 3 out of the board, yeah, I think that at least he has a 3 on that spot, so that's why I think it's a good fold. A9, 10 king, we're going to call. Obviously, we only have 21 hands on that particular player, so the ace is really it's really a bad hand, and just because he's going to have a lot of ace king aces in here, I cannot continue. Here I'm going to continue once. Obviously, I'm checking. We're here. We're going to call once. We have the 10 of diamonds. Not particularly static about the situation, but what is? Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know what is he trying to fall there. Probably he's trying to get a fall from straight draws, kind of can. Also, like getting a cheap river. Here, I think I'm pretty good shape. Um, Here, I don't see any reason. I don't. I mean, would someone call without a flash? I mean, there are not a lot of flash worse than mine, so would someone call with an ace? Maybe if I get small, but here I think that I'm going to 3-bet just because this guy is folding 33% of his hands against 3-bets. So yeah, I mean right now my hand looks like aces, although I'm 3-betting on the button, but you're betting 25% of the board. That's when he calls. I'm going to bet. I think that this guy has a lot of a 9 10 jack kind of hands. So I wouldn't be surprised if he raises me, just because I think he has more sevens than I do. Here, here I'm obviously going. Could I get a bit of value there? Probably against King Jack, although if he would have check raised me, I would have had to fold probably. And he has a very good candidate to raise me with the blockers. Just limping 14, raising 23 on the blinds. I think it's pretty good player. Uh, yeah, I'm going to go. Could be a 3-bet against someone a bit more fast, I guess. Sevens. Yeah, no. Not going to fight for that pot. Here I don't want to check calls. I'm just going to bet out. Diamonds, 10 queen, 10 7. I have backdoors. Here I think I want to fold. That's kind of interesting. So here we would be in a terrible spot there. And we would have miss our jack, our 9, and clubs. So we would have had to fold. Interesting. And he called. He called. He called with the 10. Then he called. Okay, he has diamonds as well. So yeah, so I think here I have also a gut shot to the nuts, so we can certainly call a check raise there. I'm not ecstatic about it, but I'm going to bet because I'm kind of blocking the ace queens. Also the nut flush draw. So I probably want to bet, that hand and try to bluff us the way out of that situation where he could have very well two pair sets also. 2 4 6. Yeah, he's only betting in position 40% of the time. Here I'm going to try to represent the queen. We're blocking just a little bit that. He raises here 50. He's raising a lot here, which he shouldn't. That's because I'm kind of telling I have the queen or jacks or queens, or maybe something with a queen and a pair, just blocking a little bit on that straight. But when he raises on that spot, I think he should have jack queen. Otherwise, he shouldn't even raise with top set kind of hand on that particular spot. 2 4 5 king. I'm going to raise that. It's pretty weak holding, but this guy 5 king. Okay. Here there is an easy check back. There are some jack, queen, king, clubs that we wanna see. We're not doing great at all against his range. Yeah, I think you don't wanna see bet too much just because there are some considerations. For example, the rate is pretty high, 5%, it's enormous, and you probably don't want to put money in unless you have a good edge, let's say. Here, I think I'm going to check. This guy is going to bet that because he's betting so often. Mm, so yeah, I think we can call one. This is interesting. I don't think um, check racing would be a bit crazy, but mm, the 9 is a very bad hand because the 8 stands. Now they have to pair Jack 9, 7 9. That's unfortunate because we're bit so often there that yeah, there is nothing we can do at this point. I mean, he could be bluffing us, although yeah, he has a lot of um, two pair hands there or straight. So here I think we can call. We don't necessarily put him on ace or something like that, that's because he's raising kind of um, often. Again, someone who opens like 7, 8, 10% of his hands, I'm a bit less inclined to call with ace 3, 3, 7 just because our hand is very dominated by better aces, better ace XX kind of hand, or just that there are some aces on his range as well, although I'm blocking those just a little bit. Here we're going to call with pretty bad hand actually. 3, 4, 6 jack is terrible. Here I think that we can pot because we have two pair. Our hand is very vulnerable actually. So this is going to be difficult to play on the river. Although when he's checking back the flop and calling the turn, I'm pretty inclined to think he probably has a flash draw. Here uh, I'm going to check. Here he's a pretty aggressive player. I think that we can. Here I think we have to bet just because he could have a flash, which he would probably call us with. Maybe not. You probably don't want to pot there. I was like betting like 65%, which is already a bit big. He's going only to show down 20% of his hand, so he could he could find a folder with a flash, I guess. Let's see what he had. Well, he never called, so here I think that we can see bet. The 5 is not great for our range. We could have some mysteries, I guess, but when he calls, um, yeah, he's going to have those small cards as well. Now I think that 3, 4, 7. I have absolutely nothing. I'm out of position. Yeah, I think I have to check first of all. Even if I had 5, 6, I think I would just check on that spot because mm, this is just not a great board for our hand. So here we have uh, I think on that spot I would here I think we have to check and pray. Mm, maybe it's about betting. I think we don't get bluff. Otherwise, if we bet, there are no worse hands that are going to call us. So, yeah, in that situations. Okay, now we are blocking just a 9-10, which is good. I think we just want to check it back. There are no worse hands who could call us. 8 king 5. I think this is a good spot to check back. He's check raising a lot. The 7 is not great. Now 6-9 right there. Um, now we cannot really credibly represent mm, top set kind of hand just because we didn't bet the flop. So hard hard to send that off. Here we're going to call. He's not free betting at all. In queen three, this is very tricky. We didn't catch a pair. We had 9 high flush draw. I think that when he pots, we have an easy folder. This is probably a recreational player. Ace king queen. Mm, I think I'm going to 3-bet fold, which looks a bit nuts, but I think that his four his 4-bet consists of aces kind of hand. Here I think that I can bet pretty big if he 2-4-6-6. We're going to should I'm going to fold here. I folded. The 2 is just so bad. I mean, if it was like a 7 or an 8 or an 8, it would call. Been a 3, but the 2 is very weak. Here he's betting a ton. I'm going to just pot. I think he's very aggressive. I do not have anything, but I have quite a bit of full equity on that board just because he's betting so often that when he doesn't bet, looks extremely weak. Although he's betting only 0% in position, only in 45 hands. He's betting a lot on the turn on the river, so which makes me to believe that he's pretty aggressive guy. This stat here is a check fold out of position in the flop. So the people who dunk a lot, normally they tend to check fold a lot as well, which kind of makes sense just because they are showing the strength of his hand by dunking a lot. Like for example, let me find a good example. Like this guy, he's like dunking 25% of his hands, so he's check folding 60% of his hands, which means that obviously there are some um, some card removal kind of game to play there when you are c betting in position without anything at all with no pair. But the other guy is going to have a bit of a stronger hand on average. But point remains, when you see someone dunk a lot like this guy, he's check folding 67% of the time. When he checks to you, you should see bet 100% of his hand, of your hand, just because he's going to fold a lot against you. He showed he has no hand by just checking. That's the point. Here, this is an easy check back with some backdoor. Eight, eight, 10, queen. Raise on the button. Ace, I think 6. This is an easy call. I don't advise. I'm going to let that go with such a high rake. You probably don't want to place in a speculative hand. Here I'm going to check raise all in, that's because he's betting 70% of his hands. So obviously we can run against some kings kind of hand, but he's going to have a lot of king, jack 10, 9, 8, 9, 10 aces without backup. So yeah. Kind of curious what he check call. He probably had something like a 9 XX. 2, 4, 5, 5. This is a hand which goes to the mark. Pretty bad hand. Yeah, those small rundowns, I mean, they're really garbage. Like 2, 3, 4, 5. Just because this doesn't come all that often. When it comes a lot of the time, you're against, well, not a lot of the time, but sometimes you're against upset as well. Which kind of, he's not true betting at all. I'm putting that guy on aces. He probably has a good rundown. So here I don't expect that guy to see bet at all. Here I have a very easy shot. Here I'm going to let that go. He's not betting all that often. Obviously he could have like aces and diamonds and call me down, but who cares? I mean, I have a pair and that's good. I mean, we are ahead of his hand. I think this should go into the mag. Jack 5, Queen 8. I mean, he just has a 5. He doesn't have the nut flash. It's really just not a great hand at all. I could no, I don't know about easily, but I could certainly have a straight already. But his hand is not doing all that great again. So, and as I said, he only has the queen high flash. So I think and also you have to consider that you have to pay 5% rake of the pot. So okay, obviously when you are paying a $200 pot,